Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you this special bulletin. The ability to damage the reputation of your franchise, of your show, movie, comic book, cartoon, whatever it is, before it has even aired, seems to be becoming a skill that numerous directors and actors and actresses are mastering in Hollywood as of late. And the latest addition to all of this comes from Fallout director Jonathan Nolan in this article from Game Fragger. So be careful when you're saying that name. Fallout director Jonathan Nolan didn't set out to make a show that pleases the fan. Now, while you may think that title is a little hyperbolic, let's go ahead and read the article and look at his quote for ourselves. Following the debut of Prime Video's Fallout trailer, director and executive producer Jonathan Nolan revealed he didn't set out to create a series that pleases the fans. Interesting. First of all, why would you bother making a show if you're not trying to please the fans, the customer, the viewer, the people you want to watch your show? Why wouldn't you put something out there that's, I don't know, accurate to the source material, something that fans of the source material are going to flock in droves to go and check out just to see how good of a job you did? Now, I've seen the Fallout trailers, and they look okay. I am definitely interested. There's a few complaints, around. Some people would consider red flags. I love to use that word, red flag here, red flag there. They should not be ignored, but be careful blowing them out of proportion, especially considering what Fallout is. Let's continue. But why on earth? Why would you? I guess the second point is, why would you say something like this? Why would you come out and say, yeah, well, let's see what he had to say. Article continues. Earlier this week, we were finally treated to the first official trailer from Prime Video's series adaptation of Fallout. Based on the beloved action role-playing game video game franchise, this series welcomes players to the post-apocalyptic wasteland and is filled with remarkable moments and action and suspense. While we were only treated to the trailer, it definitely looks like a faithful adaptation of the video game. Yes, relatively speaking, it even has the doggo in it. Yay. Leading the direction was Jonathan Nolan, who served as executive producer and directed the first 3 episodes of the season. Oh, I guess that's the most important part of the whole thing, the first 3 episodes. You're part of it, and you have a few things to say. Nolan is an admitted fan of the Fallout franchise. So am I. I love the first 2. I enjoyed the 3rd one. I need to go back and play it. In a roundtable discussion, he admitted that Fallout 3 devoured about a year of my life. That's a good one to devour your life. I've heard Fallout 4 with the base building and all that stuff. I couldn't get into it. I just couldn't. His passion for the franchise is ultimately what helped in land into the director's lap for the series adaptation. Let's move on to the quote. Here's the quote. Now you be the judge for yourself. Let's see. I don't think you really can set out to please the fans of anything or please anyone other than yourself. Interesting. I think you have to come into this trying to make the show that you want to make and trusting that as fans of the game, we would find the pieces that were essential to us about the game and try to do the best version of those that we can. I think, I hate the way people talk. Stop using. Look, if you're a speaker, if you're giving an interview, there are certain particular words that you should try, and phrases that you should try to take out of your vernacular. Pausing and saying, and like, and and like, and you like. After a while, people will start to notice, and that's all they notice. I have that problem. When someone starts talking to me and all I hear is like, and I get, just work on your speaking. Especially, oh my goodness, especially if you're a director or a writer or things like that, where just work on it. Work on it. I do my best, and I have been doing my best to do that for many, many years, more than I care to admit. Oh God, I'm old. Anyway, I wonder if, as a writer, do you want to take these words out of the quote or leave them in there to make someone look foolish? I'm reaching now. I think, it's kind of a fool's errand to try and to figure out how to make people happy in that way. You got to make yourself happy, and I've made myself very happy with the show. That's interesting to say the least. You come out and admit and you think it's difficult, or you can't. I don't think you really can set out to please the fans of anything. You could try. I understand you want to please yourself. You want to be happy with the work that you're putting out there. But at the same time, you also want to bring people into what you love. So you can possibly make changes here and there, adjustments here and there, for things that you know that you feel comfortable that the fans of the franchise will like, while at the same time pleasing yourself, being happy with yourself and with the show. But to come out and say you don't think you can really set out to please the fan, that your fans are going to, or your potential viewers are going to take that in a rather particular way. Especially, again, I've mentioned this before, you have to be able to read the room. You have to be paying attention to the sentiment going around on the internet, where fans of all genres feel like they are being ignored, pushed to the side, when they're the ones that essentially got you the job that you're getting. They gave you this opportunity, because without fans of the franchise, you don't have a franchise. So why not do your best to please the fans instead of considering it a fool's errand? It's absolutely not a fool's errand. You are not going to please everyone all the time. But if you do a good enough job, you'll please people, some of the people, most of the time. And honestly, with Fallout, seems relatively easy as far as the atmosphere. That's number one. Make sure you land it. Make sure you stick the landing with the atmosphere. Make sure you stick the landing with the costumes, the outfits, all those things. The power armor. Yes, the power armor does look really good. And I think they actually nailed it. The fact that he is a fan, like the article continues, being a fan of the Fallout games, his familiarity with and fondness of the franchise led to an adaptation that seems authentic to the tone. That is definitely important. That's the first step, especially when it comes to the trailers. That's what you put out there to let the fans, potential viewers, potential fans, to see the world that you are presenting to them. Now, as far as the story goes, that remains to be seen. And how close, I mean, you're a vault dweller and you go out into the wilderness and try to make your way, and there's a problem you have to solve. You can nail that blindfolded. That's the easiest story trope in history. From the dark humor, please let there be dark humor, and nostalgic that's the one thing that I'm interested in. How much of the music are they going to nail? I became more of a fan of Louis Armstrong thanks to the Fallout games. How much of the music are they going to land? Are they going to get? I'm thoroughly excited about it. To dramatic moments and expansive world building that the games are known for. Fallout video, blah, blah, blah. What else we got? So based on the greatest video game, if you've played video games for more than 20 years, 10 years even, you should be relatively familiar with Fallout, especially Bethesda. Moving on, 200 years after the apocalypse, so that's when this is supposed to take place. All episodes are dropping on Prime Video on April 8th. I 100% will be watching this. We'll be talking about it on my live stream, regularly live stream on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Central. Hope to join us there. But my whole thing, don't come out and say foolishness like this. Don't come out and give a hint that you weren't trying to put something out there that the fans are not going to like. That's a nail in the coffin of your franchise before it's even been released. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Are you looking forward to this? Are you hesitant? Are you going to wait for reviews? Either one of those is fine. I'm going to be looking forward to it. But let me know what you think in the comments. Leave a like, leave a dislike, do all those nifty, wonderful little things that YouTubers beg you to do. And I hope to see you on the next one.